Oh, hello.
Hello.
What's going on, Taras? How you feeling?
Good, man.
Man, this has been like the longest short week ever because we just recorded on Thursday. And it's Tuesday. Mm-hmm. So we're 5 days, and it felt like it's been forever.
Why is that?
I don't know. Just a lot happened this weekend. Went up to DC, saw Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Is that a play?
It is a play.
Okay.
It's off Broadway right now. It was in Chicago and now it's in DC, and it was very entertaining. I'm not like a pothead. I don't know. I just made that up.
A pothead.
I just made that up. I think it's gonna stick. I'm not I'm like a Potter goer. My wife is diehard.
Yeah.
And but I really enjoyed it. It was a very cool story. The premise was cool. The effects, the on-stage effects, was awesome. Yeah. It was like, wow. Like, I was shocked at some of the stuff they were able to do with just like bodies and cloaks and stuff like that. So yeah, it was cool.
Plays are impressive, man. How they do set changes and set like how they flip it while it's going on and change the scenes. Was it a musical?
No, it was not. Okay. It was not. They did have like a little bit of singing, but I think it was just for like comic effect.
Okay.
But yeah, it was cool.
Wow. Cool. So you make fun of me about listening to an audiobook and then you go to a Harry Potter play? What's happening?
Oh man. Well, I mean, you don't want to get the potheads on you. You do not, dude. Harry Potter fans are like just as bad as Star Wars fans, just as good as Star Wars fans. Dude, they do not fuck around. Like, people were dressing up and it was like a whole thing.
Are you going to say that there's toxic fandom when it comes to the Harry Potter universe?
Oh, yes.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I think that comes with just being a fan of such a large thing like Harry Potter or Star Wars or Marvel, whatever.
Okay.
I think we can all be in agreement that Star Wars is probably the largest concentration of toxic fans. Can we say that? I feel like in comparison to the stuff that we partake in, like, comic books, card movies, Marvel, DC, whatever. But I think
toxic or devoted?
Well, I guess it depends on what word you want to use, but I feel like they're all in the same sometimes.
Well, Star Wars is generational. There's deeper roots when it comes to Star Wars than it does to Harry Potter, for instance, because that's just like one generation away, and Star Wars started
really
in the 70s.
Yeah,
so that's like 2 generations now.
Yeah, I feel like I don't feel like there's a lot of toxicity in the Harry Potter genre. I feel like everyone's nice. I mean, even by design, it lends itself to have that. Like, you got the different houses. You got like Slytherin versus Gryffindor versus Ravenclaw versus, was it Hufflepuff?
Hufflepuff. Mm-hmm.
So just by design, I can see how it could turn into that, but everyone kind of gets along, I guess. Yeah.
Well, you're probably right, but J.K. Rowling is getting pushback because of her stance on certain views.
Oh yeah, or transgender.
Yeah,
transgender. Like she don't like that.
No,
she don't like that.
She don't like that at all,
man. Which is surprising because I feel like when she might be at George Lucas status. Mm-hmm. Where no matter what you say, if it's like super overtly racist, sexist, you're going to get canceled for it. But for the most part, you can say almost anything and you'll be forgiven.
Yeah. Like
a George Lucas, or, he can kind of get away with a little bit more just because he is the guy. He just created this entire universe. And someone who does that can't be all bad no matter what they say.
Yeah.
And I think she's at the point where she has that liberty now where people, she can say, and I didn't hear her statement. I don't know what it was, but I feel like she's going to kind of get a pass just because she's created such a world, a universe where like so many people just love and follow it.
Yeah. It seems like there's a bit of a 180. All right, we're going to approach this subject since we're on it. The LGBTQ community fascinating in that there's a group that some in our industry, in my industry, there's a lot of gay and lesbian people. I mean, that's a fact.
Okay.
And a certain group of that group in the gay and lesbian community, they don't always like to be lumped into the other letters, which is very fascinating because it's not it's a whole different thing. So I think it's pretty fascinating when I have a conversation, and it was a very, very, very profound conversation that this particular person was telling me. He's like, I don't appreciate any time that there's any kind of parade or march or anything. He's like, I don't necessarily want to go to them because that entire group doesn't represent me. I'm as a gay man. He's like, that's what I am. He's like, I'm not all the other things. And I thought that was really, really fascinating.
Yeah. So, I definitely see where he's coming from, but those two things aren't like mutually exclusive either.
What's that?
Right? So if you are, let's just say you're gay, right? And you don't want to be lumped in with the LGBTQ community. I'm an individual. I live this way. This is good for me. I don't want to be lumped into this, like this one. I don't want to be boxed into this group. Totally understandable. But also understanding that when it is time to be identified, that is what people on the outside looking in are going to identify you as. So I guess it turns into like being, and it shouldn't be your responsibility to help educate people, but sometimes it is. Sometimes you're a slave to the situation that you have to kind of help people kind of understand, like, you're an individual. This is you. This is the way you live. And just because you do doesn't mean that it's okay to kind of lump you into like this larger group of people, this larger entity of people. So
yeah,
it's just kind of the same thing as like, you know, being a minority in the country that we live in, when you have, African American, you have like, Peruvian, you have Peruvian people who are dark, you have Jamaican people, you have Haitian people, you got this. So, but inevitably you're going to be lumped into, Black / African American if you're filling an application or whatever. So, I definitely see where he's coming from. But also I feel like it just gets, as we evolve as people and as a society and become more socially aware, that's just kind of one of those things that we are going to have to deal with. Yeah. So.
I think putting people in groups is a bad idea. I
mean,
everyone's an individual,
100%.
Right? I mean, it's like, and our society is so like, you're either this or you're that. And like, there's no in between.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's got to go away. So it's like saying Star Wars fans are all toxic. That's not true.
It is not true. And thank you, because like, and I don't believe that. Let me preface by saying I don't believe that, like, no matter how like a certain group of people are viewed, and even though on a large scale there is an argument that says that there's a large group of Star Wars fans that have displayed toxic behavior, right?
Sure.
That's not the majority of those fans. Yeah. But no one ever talks about the good shit.
No.
It's like, it's all like, you can do 100 good things and it takes the one bad thing, and that's the thing that people are gonna, focus on. So it's,
I think it's safe to say that anything that people passionately follow and get involved in typically get labeled like they're toxic, because even if a devout Christian, people are afraid of those people because they have such strong faith, and not everybody always recognizes or understands what that is, because they just don't have that feeling. Or, whatever fandom it is, or politics, religion, groups, like, we've have anything, people who follow bands, like people who follow the Grateful Dead, like they are diehard. I don't understand it. I won't do it.
Deadheads.
Yeah, Deadheads, man. Like they're like no other.
Yeah. I mean,
do you like the Grateful Dead?
I'm not super familiar with their music.
Yeah, me neither.
There's a local band, a cover band called the Grateful Ned.
Oh,
and
funny.
they're actually pretty popular in the area. So I heard them play at a park a couple years ago, and it was packed.
Yeah.
So, but me personally, no, I'm not super familiar with Grateful Dead music.
Yeah, my sister growing up, she loved them.
Really?
But I will say this weekend, I'm excited. I'm taking Wendy out for her birthday.
Heard about this.
Yeah, we're gonna go see for her birthday. I'm gonna take her to go see one of my two favorite bands.
Birthday.
We're gonna go see Def Leppard, and even opening for Def Leppard, another of my all-time favorite bands, Extreme. Nuno Betancourt, most epic guitar player. Oh, dude, he's like the best rock guitar player of our time right now.
Wow, better than Slash.
Oh, heck yeah. Like, no offense to Slash. No offense to Slash. The dude is like, he's got a tone, he's got a sound, he's got a point of view, and I love it because I'm a huge Guns N' Roses fan too. But when it comes to technique and skill and ability, Nuno is next level.
Really?
He's like, yeah.
That's cool. Where is that?
The amphitheater.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
shit. Man.
So, dude, tickets are crazy expensive. So we're sitting underneath, you know how it's an outdoor thing, so it's like just that, not the very first section, but the second section, like I can't remember what the seats are.
Yeah,
dude, they were like, tickets were like $400 something
for Def Leppard. It is Def Leppard though.
It is Def Leppard. Yeah.
That's going to be a blast, dude. Have fun.
100%. Yeah. I thought it was fascinating that and just, if I may, rant about this for a second. So it comes to the point where we were kind of talking about this, or maybe I was talking this with some students of ours the other day about music rights and producers and like AI and all that stuff, and like you don't make money on record sales anymore. And there was a number that if you sold 300,000 records or something like that, you'd get like an X amount of money, like if it went gold to platinum to all that. So the producer would get money, the artist would get money on album sales, and there's no albums anymore. There's no anything anymore. You could still buy it, but it's such a small fraction. So I bring this all up to say that Def Leppard came out and said, we know our tickets are expensive, but we will bring the show, like their whole production, from the lights, the lasers, the how clean the music's going to be. Like it is a full on show. So, you know, they can't, otherwise you don't have album sales. You can't support it. You can't, there's no other income. So
yeah, you can't like, and cause that touring is their primary mode of income right now. But I get it. If you're going to, you know, put a good show out there, then, you know, you're not going to skimp on the production, then pay the man, you know?
Yeah, we're paying. And, you know, it's not like we go to a lot of concerts. Like this is, I can't remember the last concert. Keith Urban was the last concert I think we went to, which was freaking awesome. But so excited.
Cool, man. And you guys are celebrating an anniversary as well.
Yeah,
that's cool.
We are 22 years celebrating our 20
years,
moving.
Man.
It's wild, man.
Yeah.
Like, it's
what's the secret?
Yes, dear. No.
Get it.
No, I will say, you know, our relationship is unique in that we've been married for 22 years. We've been dance partners for all those years. We've been business partners for all those years.
Yeah. Which a lot of people would argue that that's more difficult.
Yeah. Well, business.
Yeah. Being, you know, because you're with each other all day, every day.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, they say marry your best friend. Like there's, without hesitation or anything, she is my best friend. Like there is no other person that probably could stand me for that amount of time.
That's beautiful, man. Oh, that's awesome. And while and I feel the same way, and I definitely agree with that sentiment. You need to marry a best friend. Not to say that person is going to give you everything you need in life to be happy, but it has to be enough fundamental similarities there that they're going to be able to help, you know, assist in that happiness for, you know, perpetuity.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So that's the goal, man. That's awesome. Congratulations. 22.
22. Yeah.
That is that a special? Is like 25 is what? Is that the diamond anniversary?
Oh, dude, I'm so late when it comes to that. I gotta say, like, our 22-year anniversary was what did I just do? Our 22-year anniversary was this past Sunday. And because we did Dancing with the Hampton Roads Celebrity Stars on Saturday, we didn't really get to properly celebrate it. That's why we're going to Def Leppard. So honestly, it's kind of like, it was there. The date came and went, and unfortunately, because we work so much on weekends, and sometimes our lives aren't our own. So we're going to try to do a little more this coming weekend. So when it comes to also those years, like, I think we stopped doing that like after 10 years, like figuring out what's this year. I mean, 25 will be a big one. But,
yeah, sure. Yeah.
But if anybody knows in the comments, let me know if I'd be able to surprise Wendy with.
I think 25. I wanted to say it was like the diamond anniversary, but beyond that, I don't know.
Yes, the Google.
So yeah, go check out Finks. While he's looking that up, big news week. A lot of stuff's going on. On the forefront of like kind of like pop culture news, I don't know if you guys heard of it or heard about it, but Raja Jackson, the son of UFC proud fighter Rampage Jackson, got into an altercation with a professional wrestler. I guess he's trying to make his way into professional wrestling, and so he had what everyone thought was a work against this professional wrestler that I don't know if he like poured a drink on him or beer on him or something like that, but it was supposed to be the bit, part of the work to kind of, bring more views or eyes to the fact that I don't know if they were trying to set up a match at some point, but I guess Raja Jackson didn't get the memo that it was a work. And the night of a match. Now, this guy's wrestling somebody else. Raja runs into the ring, picks the guy up, dumps him, and just basically assaults him, punches him in. Now, the guy's already knocked out.
Whoa.
Punches him in the face easily 10 times. And the guy's he's out. And other wrestlers had to intervene. The guy was in coma. Now he's in critical condition.
Oh, damn.
In the hospital. I guess he's awake from the coma, but he's in critical condition, and it's a bunch of bad shit that's about to happen to Raja Jackson. So it's interesting because he went on his podcast early, or he has like a live stream, and said he's gonna go off script and quote unquote beat the shit out of the guy. So now you got premeditation, right?
Yeah.
And there's video, you can find this is on, I'm not sure, I don't know if you can see it on YouTube, but it's online, it's everywhere. It would not be hard to find. And it's pretty brutal because he picks him up, dumps him on his back, and the guy is almost like he's out once he hits the ring. And he's like laid out, like starfish style. And Raja mounts him and just 10 unanswered punches like right to the face. And the guy is like zero defense because he's unconscious at this point.
Jeez.
It's pretty brutal. And again, other wrestlers had to intervene and kind of get him off of him, but it's not looking good. And, everyone, Rampage is like a fan favorite, always has been. And so anytime something like this happens with him or somebody in his family, they try to give him paths or find, some sort of, reasoning behind it. There's none for this, dude.
Yeah. I was just trying to find video of it, and nothing's coming up on X. There's photos.
Yeah, but it's pretty bad. It's probably better that way, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty rough.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this was was this televised? Or
yeah.
Was this
was televised, yeah. So it's scary when you see things like this happen, because I feel like, don't quote me on this, but I feel like Rikishi, who's a former WWE superstar, the father of Jimmy and Jay Uso, who are current WWE superstars, he's one of the owners of this wrestling organization. And he, went out and put out a huge apology piece about what happened. And a lot of people are saying that this wrestler in particular is really into that hardcore type of wrestling.
Yeah.
And it's all a work, and none of it's real, and blah blah blah. I know what it's like to get punched in the face.
Yeah.
And if you got to see the video, it's pretty brutal. It doesn't look like he's pulling.
And
a
he's like straight up barefisted, right?
Yes.
Like, looks like there's like a dude. I don't have the cable to plug this into the phone, or to the mixer, but they like pulled him off. There's a guy trying to tackle him and take him off.
They had to pull him off of him, and the guy's out. He's out. So
is he like? Oh, there it is. Actually, there is a video.
Man,
whoa. It doesn't look like it's a very big match.
No, this is a smaller organization. This is not like nowhere near the caliber of like a WWE or TNA or something like that. But it's pretty brutal, man.
Wow.
So, hope speedy recovery to the wrestler in question. But it's when things like this happen, it kind of it puts into perspective like where entertainment should end, Yeah. And if it was a work, God, I hope it was a work. But if it was, it's like, what type of extreme shit are you into?
Yeah.
Where you feel like this is gonna be what sells more tickets, or this is gonna be what brings a crowd or more of a crowd. So, it's pretty rough. I'm gonna try to get it up.
Yeah. What just happened here? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Raja's not the biggest guy either. He's
There it is.
Yeah. See, that right there is what makes me so. Yeah, the first few punches, and so this right here at the beginning, that looks pretty brutal. Towards the end of the flurry, you can kind of see some of the punches were like kind of grazing and not really making like much contact.
Yeah.
And stuff like that makes me feel like it might have been a work.
Yeah.
But when you see the video in its entirety, and then you see like the guys and so this guy right here in the corner, the wrestler who's down.
Yeah.
You see he's looking up and he's like, holy shit, like what's happening right now?
Yeah.
And he's selling, so he's not gonna like all of a sudden jump up. But the fact that he's even still selling right here leads me to believe that it may have been a work.
Yeah.
So
wow.
But this guy comes and
dang.
And then another wrestler comes after that. Like this guy with the black and white face paint, he wasn't able to get him off. Another wrestler comes later and is able, a couple of seconds after this, and is able to get him off of him. So it's not a good look.
That is not a good look at all.
And if it's not a work, and this guy wakes up and it's like, okay, this motherfucker needs to pay.
Yeah.
Like there's no, like just that video is so incriminating. On top of the fact that he went on his live stream and said that he was going to do this. So.
Wow. Well, it says he's been released from the hospital.
It does. So that must have happened like today.
Yeah. So let me get this back on here.
Yeah,
it'll pop
man.
up. Yo, what's with my stuff? What is happening here? For some reason doesn't want to be working.
Ross Scott is working with this janky equipment.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
Man.
Maybe
you
it's,
might want to do that for the fans. Take me off of the screen and got face for radio. So yeah, that's
there we go. Okay.
That's pretty rough.
All right. Oh, it takes a minute. Yeah, so there he is. He's out, and
wow.
And there he was in the hospital. So are you saying it's a work like this potentially could be all fake, like even him being in a coma and all that?
Yeah, the story could be fake. It's happened before, especially in hardcore wrestling. Stuff like this has happened before. I'm not saying this is that,
right?
But it has happened to where they took a story to help build a storyline. They had these things happen. Like there was times where like Stone Cold got hit by a car, and The Rock was driving, stuff like that, whatever. But even more so in hardcore wrestling, where somebody would hit somebody with light bulb. Like a bunch of shit has happened in order to put a wrestler over.
Yeah,
it's very common, right?
Yeah.
Something like this though, where there were like so many unanswered punches, and if it was a work, it was a damn good one, because I can't tell whether from the response from the other wrestlers around, I could not tell if they were selling or they were legitimately like, all right, we need to get him off of him. This is not the way it's supposed to go.
It's wild. There
was a couple of years ago where a wrestler died in, I want to say it was a dark match, and if I can't remember, it was ECW or WWE, but it was a dark match, and a luchador did die during a match.
Wow.
And I believe Rey Mysterio was in the match, and they were trying to like kind of keep it going without, because you don't want the crowd to panic.
Yeah. And
so you're trying to keep the match going while one of your colleagues just like died right in front of you type thing. But right now with the lines between reality and fiction being so blurred when it comes to professional wrestling, it's just hard to tell.
Mm-hmm. I would imagine like what if something, I mean, is it possible that professional wrestlers don't like each other, and then they get into a match and they could genuinely like get into like a serious fight? Like,
sure. Yeah, I get. Honestly, if wrestlers don't like each other, it's very easy to tell.
Yeah,
the matches aren't as good. You can tell they don't. Like the spots are all off. Mm-hmm. They're not trying to put each other over as much as they're supposed to, because selling being hurt in professional wrestling is arguably the most important thing in a professional wrestling match, because you need to leave it up to your opponent to put you over, right? They need to make sure every shot look like it hurts. Every finisher, they have to sell it, right? And if you're not willing to do that, or do it to the extent that is needed, mm-hmm. it can really fuck up a match.
Yeah.
And depending on the wrestler, if he's a face or a heel, like the trajectory of that particular wrestler, it could change everything, man. Yeah. I mean, it's happened a handful of times. Like, evidently, like Sid, you remember Sid Vicious?
Yeah.
Sid Vicious was one of those, if he didn't like you, he would not sell for you.
Oh.
He would not sell for you. And so they became better at, if you don't like a particular wrestler, either you need to suck that shit up, or we're going to put you in a match with somebody else, because you got to catch these people, especially now, this day and age, so much high flying stuff, flips over the rope.
Yeah.
You got to catch that person when they're following you and it looks like they're like landing and hitting you with some crazy move.
Yep.
The person who's taking that is actually catching you and slowing your fall down, and if they don't do that for you, you can be screwed.
Yeah. I think it's fascinating that people that get into this, like we when we were going to Rockbox, there was a trader there. I think I might have told you about him, Brandon. Yeah. He got into professional wrestling, or what did he call it? He called it physical arts or something like that, or physical theater. He named it. And it's like wild to see. He puts on Instagram like his training regimen, and like, hey, he's fit as all heck. And not all the people who do this at that level, entry level, I guess, are fit. Mm-hmm. There's some of them are just, I'm like, whoa.
Oh yeah.
But like, what you're putting your body through. Now, again, I'm older, so my body's been through some stuff. I'm just like, damn, that's a choice, man. You're like launching your body off of, and he's like doing stuff where he's getting on the top rope, doing flips, and like landing on his stomach or his chest on the mat, and like that's just
it'll beat your body up. While it is physical theater, like the toll on the body is very real,
100%,
very real, and so. and wrestlers, that's always been the debate, you know, or the argument with professional wrestling. It's quote unquote not real, you know. So while the endings of the match are predetermined, the damage that the body takes to get there is very real. Yeah. And then these men and women work. It's better now, but they used, you know, 300 days a year. Yeah. You know, it's
whereas like
even more sometimes.
And again, I hate to use this word like a real fighter, but a person that actually fights to win, the training's different, right? You don't take fights every like weekend. You're not traveling, you're not packing up like
no way, right? Dude. They're traveling, like they go to a city, they'll wrestle 2 or 3 days, pack up, jump in a car, drive to the next city, do it again. Yeah, it's a grind, man. It's a grind. I had a buddy that started, he tried out with the WWE. I don't think he went very far in it, but just he fought for the UFC. And then after he got out of that, he wanted to try that, and you know, I don't know what came of it. He's not in the WWE, so it's just interesting what, you know, those men and women are willing to go through.
Yeah. And in that level, there's not a lot of money, right? It's just
at WWE level.
No.
No. Sometimes you pay to wrestle. Yeah. You hear stories about, you know, when like Stone Cold, for example, first started out, he would drive to a city and he actually lost money because he had to, you know, pay for gas, and then for his match he would make like $50. Yeah. And you know, you know, you got to really want this.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when we were in a band in high school, so we would, you know, hopefully we'd get a gig at the local Penny Arcade. So in Rochester, New York, and Charlotte, it's not Charlotte, it's Charlotte. They pronounce it Charlotte. It's right on the Lake Ontario. And there used to be a music venue bar/music venue called the Penny Arcade. And it was our dream to get a gig there. But we would have to pay. We would have to pay.
You gotta pay.
And depending on how many sales, how the liquor sales went, then we would get either that money back or we'd make a little bit of money. So, I mean, but we didn't hurt our bodies, so we didn't care.
It's actually not a bad way to book a gig at the beginning. Yeah. Because if you have like a large following, like call your mom, tell all your friends to come out. You have like 100 people come out and drink, and you're making a little bit of money. Yeah. That's funny. Yep. Yeah. My first MMA fight, first pro MMA fight, I made $350. Well, $700. It was $350 to show and $350 to win.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I was
so you won.
Yeah, I won. Yeah. And it was like, wow, man, it's like, this ain't a lot of money at all. And that actually is the gift and the curse, because now, and I was pretty good at it. So now you want to fight as often, because the more you fight, the price tag kind of goes up. Yeah. So I wanted to fight as often as I could, which is going to take away from training time to get actually better. Yeah. And so, but yeah, my first year of being a pro, I fought 4 times that year. Oh, wow. Five times that year, which is that's a lot.
So I'm assuming that you had another job going on at the same time because there's no way, like, on a $700 potential win, like that's not a lot of money.
I was a cable guy. I worked for Cox Cable.
What?
When I first in my amateur career, and then at the beginning of my pro career, I worked for Cox Cable.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Jim Carrey's Cable Guy movie, was that you?
No, it was cool. I had an awesome, Tim was the man, my supervisor. He was awesome. He would, I say, hey, can I, clock out a little bit early? I got this training thing. He's like, yeah, go ahead. He was cool. He was fun.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Cable Guy.
12 hours a day, 4 days a week.
Wow.
Yeah. It was cool. I mean, but some people's houses, man, that's going to people's houses, and especially if their houses are clean. Yeah, it's the worst, dude. And anyway, that's a long story.
Did anybody ever proposition you?
Yeah.
What? For real? I was kidding. Wow.
100%. And come to find out, she had propositioned multiple cable men.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh man, dude. And I tell my buddy about it, because we would depending on what day we were working, we would be in a certain area of the city, and we would be locked into that area just so like each cable guy's not traveling too far.
Yeah.
And we are, we can make sure that the jobs got done in a timely manner. Well, it was this lady. She doesn't live far from here, actually.
Oh no.
And man, it was crazy. She had her cable came into the house through the attic, and then the attic had a ground block, a drop line, and then they had the lines that had a splitter, and then they dropped throughout the house. And usually when someone has cable problems, there's usually some sort of connector. That's going to be the first thing you checked. And so I was like, this is probably a bad splitter in the attic, because she got great service to the ground block. Go up in the attic, so I get my little ladder out, go up to the attic, and it was one of the ones, the pop-up attic. So I have the ladder standing on it, and half of my body is in the attic and half is on the ladder. And I just feel her just walk by me and just like grab my leg. I was like, ma'am, could you not do that, please? And she was like she was single.
Okay.
Because she told me. And she was much older now. Mind you, I'm like 25 when this is going on. I'm young.
Yeah.
25, 26.
She's 80.
She was not that bad, but, she was like maybe like between 40 and 50.
Okay.
But I was like, I got to get out of here. I changed that splitter out so fast, and I was like, pew, I was out. And then I talked to another cable guy. I was like, yeah, oh, you mean blah, blah, blah over at blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah. It's like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. She's relentless.
Wild.
Man.
What's the, would you say, out of all the jobs you've had, was that your favorite, or was that your least favorite?
My favorite job?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Like a traditional 9-to-5 style job. Probably bartending.
Okay.
I was a bartender I was actually a banquet bartender, like weddings, events. I was a bartender for events company. And those are always fun because it was like a different place every weekend.
Yeah.
Especially weddings were the best, were so much fun.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
Wow. I've only had 2 jobs in my entire life. I worked at House of Guitars and now, of course, Arthur Murray's.
Really?
And that is it.
That's it?
That is it.
Wow.
Yeah. Well,
You're
no,
lucky.
okay.
Very lucky.
So as a kid, my first job was a paper boy. And then I worked at a store called Tent City in Rochester, New York, downtown Rochester. Sad that building, it was an epic historic building. It burnt down like 2 weeks ago. They were converting it to, I think, a homeless shelter. And of course, old buildings, there's all sorts of I'm pretty sure there was all sorts of bad stuff in there that just,
really?
It was old. So, just whatever.
So it was an old building that they converted into a homeless shelter, and it burnt down.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Dude, the fire was hot because the bricks it fell over. It was a 4-story building. It was a massive building.
Yeah.
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 Conveniently burnt down.
Yeah. Man.
And then that was it. And then I worked at House of Guitars for like 7 years, and now been doing this for almost 35 years.
That's a blessing, dude. I don't know anybody who's had that like one job, because you really, when you think about it, you've had one job and then you started your own business.
Yeah.
So that's
wow, dude.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, it's
lazy ass.
Far from it. Wait, every business owner out there knows.
Yeah,
24/7, dude. 24/7.
Yeah, it is. It's 24/7. Yeah. Someone told me that if you decide to own, if you start a business, you've made the decision that you're rather work twice the amount of time for half the amount of money for yourself rather than somebody else.
Yeah.
That's basically all.
That's accurate. That is accurate. I mean, what we do is awesome, though. So I will say it's like, I always love watching Mike Rowe's Dirty Jobs. And I think like people who so that's I'm gonna be, I don't think it's immature, or juvenile. But so when I train my staff, I always quote a movie, Toys, the Pixar Disney movie. Did you ever see it?
Yes, I saw Toys.
Okay.
Long time ago, but yeah.
So Mr. Bigwell, he is the main fabricator of these robots and like would always put out parts. And so, oh man, not Robin Williams. Who is the main actor? It was not Liam Neeson. Jesus.
Tom Hanks?
No, Obi-Wan. Who played Obi-Wan? Jeez.
Hugh.
Yes.
No.
Dang it. What's his name?
That's terrible.
Oh my God, it's so bad. Of course, when I'm trying to recall it, it went. Anyway, so he's playing the character, and Big Wall would always say, if you see need, you fill a need. And anytime that stuck with me for like however long ago that movie came out. And so I always tell my staff, I was like, if you want to start your own business, you got to find the need, and then you fill it with that particular thing. And so when I was trying to train them, be like, even in the studio, I'm like, if you see dust on the floor, pick it up. If you see a book out of place, pick it up, because it's like nobody's going to do it for you. So go see toys. It's a life lesson.
That's the end story.
And like, do movies now have those messages in them anymore? Like life skill messages. Like I feel like movies from the 80s, 90s, 2000s used to have like life skill building messages, and now are they still there? I don't
know. So I think more of when we do get messaging in a movie is more about like being a good person, because there's a lack of that. And I think socially we realize that there is a lack of that. So, but as far as like stuff like that, as far as, grinding out, and it probably is, it probably is messaging like that, but we just, we can't think of any right now.
Yeah.
But whatever's trendy, whatever needs to be sold.
Yeah. And that's 100% accurate. Whatever needs to be sold. There's but so and kind of like moving to back to Star Wars. So I think Lucasfilm and Disney is doing a 180, because now I think they're looking for male role models again who are more masculine in nature. I think they're flipping on that. So I read a few articles, and I don't know if it's just somebody who wrote the article and people are picking it up and reading it, if it's actually factual, but the girl that plays oh man, I got to look it up.
Rey?
No, who plays the Mandalorian, God, she anyway, she was the owner of the Black Saber, and like in Clone Wars, or not Clone Wars, Clone Wars. She was in Clone Wars. What her name is? She played also Starbuck in oh man, my brain's not working.
You're not talking about Ahsoka, are you?
Ahsoka, well, she was in Ahsoka as well. No, she was in Ahsoka. Yeah. So she was the Mandalorian in Ahsoka. And
oh yes,
you know what I'm talking about, the blonde girl.
Yep. Yes.
So there's something going on about her, and I wish I could. I didn't come prepared today to talk about that. I wish I did, but so supposedly there's something going on in that Mandalorian Ahsoka universe of those shows where they're trying to find male actors that are gonna be more of a positive or masculine role. So instead of like making them all dumb idiots.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because you can have both.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can.
You can have, because
Katie Sackhoff. Sorry, Katie Sackhoff just popped in my head.
That's his name.
Sorry, just like I had to get it out.
Like that SpongeBob 5 minutes later. I think there's room for everyone to be represented, and sometimes there's going to be some roles that, because you can cast anybody you want to in any role, the type of response you get from the audience is going to vary.
Right.
But you can cast anybody you want. But I do think some roles are more suited for certain people, and for you to try to fit like this square peg in this round box, it's not going to work. So, yeah.
But do you think, though, like, it seems like in recent years, they've been casting most lead roles, or most men that are in the roles, as kind of like bumbling idiots. I just feel like that's been kind of a thing.
More so, yeah, for sure. and that's why go back to you can do both. You don't have to make. You don't need to make the people who they feel need to be more represented look better by making another group of people look like idiots. Right. And so it comes down to, creative casting and actually stay devoted to the message or stay devoted to the project and what you want to put out there based on the project, not based on whatever messaging you want to force feed the audience.
Yeah.
So,
staying on Star Wars, Book of Boba Fett. Did you watch it? So the Book of Boba Fett. Oh, yeah. I mean, it wasn't about Boba Fett.
No, it wasn't.
It was the weirdest. It was the weirdest thing. So it's like you take this idea and you don't make it it's nothing about it.
Yeah, luckily it was only like 4 episodes, right? 4 or 5 episodes. It was short.
It was short. I don't remember exactly how many, but it was just the excitement that we're going to tell a story about Boba Fett, who is the most unknown in the Star Wars universe, is not like this huge role, but yet he has this huge following, and this is like everyone's like Boba Fett, that's so cool, and then you just don't do anything with it. It's weird.
Yeah, I mean, but they did a bunch of that. They did that.
Yeah.
They had like 3 different projects.
Yeah.
That they just put out there. It was all about so the rumor is that it was because of award season. Like when you do one season of a show, you can put it in this limited series category. And so you have more of a ability to win awards that way, which is, I feel like money, awards, which one would you rather have,
Yeah.
But
yeah,
man.
My brother-in-law called me last night and he's like, dude, you've got to watch, oh Jesus. I just forgot the name.
This dude. You want some of this?
Dude, I need something. I stopped taking Alpha Brain. I ran out of my Alpha Brain and
superior focus right
Jesus.
here.
Peacemaker.
Oh yeah, so I was about to bring up the same thing.
He was like, "You've got to watch Peacemaker," and I was like, it's funny you should say that because Antoine and I were literally just talking about it like on Thursday, and he's talking about the retcon and how he's like, it's epic, it's amazing. So, so I need to watch it.
Yeah, I watch it. So I was gonna, all the spoilers are out there, so I don't need to do that. But I am more convinced than ever that so there was a report that came out, I think, excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. There was a report that came out, I think Forbes did it, the most successful wrestlers turned actors. And Dave Bautista was number 1.
Oh, really?
Above The Rock, above Cena, above The Miz, I don't know. But I think that was bullshit. I think John Cena is probably one of the most versatile, it's probably the most versatile wrestler turned actor out there. Dude, his portrayal of Peacemaker is phenomenal. And that show stands on its own. And you give The Rock credit when you talk about, selling box office. Yeah. The Rock is the guy. Yeah. Right? But he's had the benefit of being part of these large franchises that, Fast and the Furious. That groundwork was laid way before he came on. Yeah. And, he did a bunch of, but Walking Tall was, did well. And Moana did well. And, but Cena, as far as ability on screen, dude is phenomenal, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Peacemaker, he crushes it. And the show is great. And the retcons are good in a way that wasn't like, we knew these retcons had to happen, but James Gunn did it in a way to where it was like seamless.
Yeah.
It wasn't like this huge light that was shown on it. It was like, all right, we are getting rid of this. We're going to replace it with this. And now we're moving on. And James Gunn is like a wizard when it comes to creating this cinematic content.
Yeah. I definitely need to watch it. Like,
it's really good.
I'm still caught on Dave Bautista as being the number 1 guy.
Dave Bautista, yeah.
I don't see that.
They put him down as the number 1 wrestler turned actor. Yeah, and Dave Bautista has. I mean, I guess if you had to give him the biggest amount of kudos, it would be Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that's it. Right.
He did a couple. He like a Knock at the Door. He did Cabin. Was it Cabin in the Woods? A knock at the Door.
Okay.
Like this end of the world type thing that he did. I don't know. Based on that, I don't know why they felt like he was the guy. But
yeah. Every role that I saw him in, outside of from Guardians, I just don't watch it. I just don't think he's
Dune.
Like,
he was in Dune.
Yeah. There was a big supporting cast for that though. But him alone, like he's did this cop movie where this little kid is a ride along with. I was like, man, I think I watched 10 minutes. I was like, this is stupid.
I feel like they all do that though. All these action stars do this. They got to have one. Like The Rock had a Tooth Fairy.
Yeah.
You know.
Arnold, did Arnold have it?
The Last Action Hero,
epic movie,
a really good movie. Stallone had, Stop Or My Mom Will Shoot. Like they all have this movie that kind of breaks that character, that typecasting of like they're the action guy.
Yeah,
so,
was it Kindergarten Cop?
Kindergarten Cop.
That was good. When we went to Astoria. So Astoria was awesome because we went there, we saw the Goonies house and everything, but right down the street, right down the hill is the school where they shot Kindergarten Cop. Jeez, I can't say that. So that was kind of cool. What was the Fubar? We kind of jumping around here a little bit, but Fubar, we watched that and it got canceled.
They did 2 seasons of that?
Two seasons. And the first season was really good, and then the second season got a little overly silly. It was still good, but it got kind of stupid.
Yeah.
And you know how they have the Sylvester Stallone and Arnold have the back and forth kind of competition.
Yeah.
I think Sly's beating him out.
Sly's beating him out for sure.
100%, right?
Because Tulsa King is great.
Yeah.
And, Sly is directing and producing so much more stuff.
Yeah.
So well, Sly's been doing it. He's been behind the camera since Rocky.
Yeah.
So it's not surprising that his longevity would be a little bit longer than
Arnold.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Going back to the Peacemaker thing. So now that DCU is like totally fixed. Everything is canon. The Suicide Squad, Creature Commandos, all of that is canon to the DCU now. Now the debate is, we feel like it's over of what movie was better, Man of Steel or James Gunn's Superman. And so while Man of Steel did bigger numbers, it was a different time for sure.
Yep. And
when you talk about importance of the movie, the consensus is that James Gunn had the better Superman movie. Like I think Man of Steel was around $823 million all in, and right now we're at about $650 million for the James Gunn Superman movie. But from nothing happened after that, after Man of Steel. I mean, you had Batman versus Superman, you had Justice League, but there was no cohesion, right? Yeah. That's always been an argument with Zack Snyder's DCEU, whatever. But we get all these things that are going to come after the Superman movie. We got Supergirl, we got Batman, we got the Clayface movie. We got so much stuff coming. The people are in agreement that, okay, all in, Superman is the better movie.
Yeah.
So,
my brother-in-law last night when I was talking to him was talking to me about Supergirl, and like the rumor is that she's not a party girl. She goes to Red Planet so that she can drink her depression away. So they feel the rumor is that her character is going to be a lot darker and more complicated because she supposedly witnessed the destruction of Krypton.
Yeah.
So you've heard that?
Yeah, sure. That's basically what. So you've never read Woman of Tomorrow.
No.
So that's basically the book, and which is the movie is based off of. So
okay.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be a little bit of, James Gunn. He's going to put his little twist of humor on it.
Okay.
But yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
That's going to be the gist of it.
Woman of Tomorrow. I got to read that.
Yeah. And, you have something like that in the same universe. Like when we talk about Superman, it's like the Boy Scout, right?
Yeah.
That movie is going to be in the same universe as like Clayface, which is going to be a body horror movie, right? In the same universe where we're talking about depression with the Supergirl movie, the same universe where we have going to have a Batman, which is traditionally a much darker film. And at some point, you're going to have to bring all these together for your whatever culmination film you're going to have, kind of similar to what they did with Infinity War and Endgame, so. And James Gunn has already said that that's where we're going. We're going to go to this large event style film.
Well, that's cool.
We'll see.
Man.
Damn.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff today.
Any ending thoughts? What you got going on? What you got going on this weekend?
Well, this weekend I am going Def Leppard, man.
Yeah,
Def Leppard. We got a long weekend though, so we're gonna actually just after all the travels and stuff that we're doing, we're just gonna spend a weekend, just the two of us. But I will say I'm working on a new project. It's called bspnlive.com.
Oh yeah, use that voice every time you say it. Dude.
So. Where the project of the live streaming the Arthur Murray Professional Dance Competitions is kind of taking off. And so Todd, me and my buddy Todd, along with Wendy, of course, we're trying to start this new project, and it's bspnlive.com, which is Ballroom Sports and Performance Network. And the idea is that we're going to live stream the professional competitions and also have color commentary and commentary with it to help attract a broader audience, because kind of like the UFC exploded after Dana White took it over because he just had some sort of magic behind it. Whatever he did allowed the audiences to just kind of be more involved and get to know the fighters, and there's more storytelling. And maybe it probably started because of The Ultimate Fighter, because I remember The Ultimate Fighter started on Spike, and we immediately connected with the fighters because we knew about their stories, we knew about their struggles. I mean, there was real humanity behind it that went beyond the fight. And fighting is a gruesome, gory, can be very violent thing that the average person isn't comfortable watching. Right. Now, ballroom dancing is nothing like that, but most people don't understand what's actually happening. They're just like, oh yeah, two people dance together. Well, but what's the big deal? There's a lot of athleticism, a lot of training, a lot of studying, similar to ice dancing or any other sport. So the idea is that we're trying to start this new network channel that's going to have these different offshoots and kind of those stories. So that's the latest project.
Very cool. That's awesome, man. No, I can't wait to see it, because anytime because people are going to be interested, but you got to give them something to be interested in, and like give them this backstory. And like, so what is it like? I may have very little interest in actual dance, the competition, but human interest, I'm super interested in, right? So what does it take for that person or those two people to get there, or that group of people to get there? I think that's gonna be awesome, man. I can't wait to see it. Yeah.
Right now it's just in the idea phase, and but I did buy the domain, and I've already put it out there, and just it's gonna be work.
Nice, so, man. Nah, do it, man. Any help I can give, please let me know. Even if you want me to come out there and show my dance skill, show them how it's done for real. Dance with the Stars champ.
Yeah, I'm sending the last podcast that we did. I sent it to corporate to be like, look, Antoine, you could be a spokesperson for. You could be the oh man, who is the running back that did Dancing with the Stars? Emmett Smith. You could be the Emmett Smith.
God, dude. Don't tell me I look that bad. He was terrible. He was good. Floyd was bad. On my side of the fence, a lot of you know, but I took my loan officer's test for the state of Virginia and passed it with flying colors. First time out. And I was offered a position with OVM Financial under Annie Mac and accepted. And my first official day, I originated my first loan.
Oh,
so super stoked about that.
Wow.
I was like, man, this is easy. I can no, but no, it's and it just feels good to help people, you know, if they're buying their first home, if they get an investment property, or if they're building. It's like, it feels good to kind of go on that journey with them and help them kind of facilitate like the connection between, you know, give me your loan application to actually walking in, getting the keys to your home, and like going on that journey with them is it's been really, really cool, very fulfilling. And I know it sounds cliche, but it brings me joy. It brings me joy to be able to like help other people. I've always been of that mindset to be able, and I truly believe that we're put on this earth to benefit other people in some sort of way. 100%. And the fact that I'm able to do that on this avenue is very cool. So I'm stoked about it. I just stay attached to my social media. You'll see what I'm doing. So appreciate it. Yeah,
he can post that one of his people that are in support of you is the Green Ranger. Was that what it was?
Yeah. Yeah, you love it, dude. The Green Ranger.
That was funny.
So yeah, any cosplay people who are looking for a house, come hit me up.
Cool, man.
Well, on behalf of myself and my homeboy Taras Denisigo, we appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, click the alerts to get all our updated podcasts, and we'll see you on the flip side.
Yeah.
Peace.